let's dive in. Today we're tackling Cane Corso versus German Shepherd.
Ooh, a classic matchup.
It's a question we get a lot. Which breed reigns supreme? And thankfully,
You've got a ton of research to help us unpack it all.
seriously, listeners sent in a mountain of info on these powerful pups, so,
Let's get right to it. Where should we start?
well, first impressions matter. The visuals, right? Our sources all agree that,
These two breeds, they look totally different.
yeah, the Cane Corso. You're picturing a dog straight out of a gladiator movie.
Oh, totally. Muscles for days.
Super muscular, yeah. Males can get up to, like, 27.5 inches tall
Wow.
and way over 100 pounds.
It's like they were sculpted from marble, you know.
Totally. Then you've got the German Shepherd.
Leaner, more athletic,
Still a large breed, for sure.
but not quite as imposing as the Cane Corso.
Right, right. And that difference in build, you know?
It actually reflects their personalities, too.
Oh, interesting. How so?
Well, the Cane Corso is often described as calm, you know, almost aloof, with a look that could stop a burglar in their tracks.
Like, don't mess with me vibes.
Exactly. The strong, silent type, but
Right.
with serious muscle.
I get that. That friend who doesn't need to say much to command respect.
Yes. One source even called it a no-nonsense demeanor.
Okay, that fits perfectly. Now, German Shepherds,
They're painted as more alert, always watching,
yeah.
and deeply devoted to their person, their main human.
Oh, so it's not just about which breed is better overall.
No, not at all. It's more about finding the right match.
For you and your lifestyle.
Exactly. It's like choosing a workout buddy, you know.
Ooh, I like that analogy.
Yeah. Do you want someone who's going to push you to your limits?
Or someone who's cool just going at your pace.
Right. I'm thinking the German Shepherd is that intense buddy.
Always ready for another mile.
Absolutely. While the Cane Corso, they'll hit the gym with you.
But then they're also happy just chilling at home afterwards.
Perfect comparison. So speaking of workouts, exercise needs.
These breeds aren't couch potatoes. They need to move.
Oh, for sure. But the sources point to the German Shepherd having that extra gear.
Like, they can go and go.
Yeah. A Cane Corso might be good with an hour a day,
But the German Shepherd, they need even more.
plus mental stimulation on top of it.
So it's not just a walk around the block and they're done.
Nope. That German Shepherd energy needs an outlet.
Makes sense. So apartment living might not be ideal unless...
Unless you're really committed to playtime.
True. And then there's training. Both breeds are smart.
Oh, absolutely. But they approach learning differently.
How so?
Well, the Cane Corso is known for being an independent thinker.
Uh-huh. So maybe a little stubborn.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
They need an owner who's firm but fair.
Someone who can give guidance without getting frustrated.
Right. Maybe not the best for a brand new dog owner.
Can see that. What about German Shepherds?
They're famous for being eager to please.
Oh, so more of a go-getter student.
Exactly. They have that history as working dogs.
The police work, search and rescue, all that.
Yeah. So they're wired to follow commands, make their humans happy.
That makes them easier to train then, right?
In a way, yes. But it's not that one's smarter, it's more.
Matching the training to their personality.
Yes. You can't train a German Shepherd like a Cane Corso and vice versa.
It's all about understanding their motivations.
Exactly. And here's a surprise. Grooming.
Oh, you mean like how much work they are?
Yeah. The Cane Corso might actually be easier.
Really? I thought short-haired breeds were low maintenance.
They usually are. Cane Corso, short coat, brush once a week, you're good.
But the German Shepherd,
That double coat.
it sheds.
The shedding, I've heard stories.
A lot of stories, especially twice a year. It's intense.
So maybe invest in a good vacuum cleaner if you're getting a German Shepherd.
Good advice. And speaking of things to consider, health.
Oh, yeah, the important stuff.
Sadly, both breeds can be prone to hip dysplasia.
It's so common in larger dogs, isn't it?
It is. And German Shepherds can also have back problems.
Because of their build.
Yeah, that sloping back line can unfortunately lead to spinal issues. It's a good reminder that breed standards, even looks.
Can impact a dog's well-being.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did our sources say anything about lifespan?
One source mentioned that Cane Corsos might have a slight edge.
Live a little longer, on average.
Yeah, but both breeds have things to watch out for.
So we've covered looks, temperament, exercise, training, grooming, and a bit of health.
We've covered a lot.
It's clear that both breeds are amazing in their own way.
But the best fit really depends on you, the listener.
What kind of lifestyle do you have? What are you looking for in a dog?
It's about finding that perfect match, not just the best breed.
To help with that, I want to bring up an anecdote from one source.
Oh, which one?
It was about the Cane Corso's protective instincts.
I think I remember that. It really illustrated their personality.
Right, how they can be lounging on the couch 1 minute.
And then bam, full guard dog mode if they sense a threat.
Like they have this internal switch that flips when their family's in danger.
Yes. And that same source contrasted it with the German Shepherd.
Who might be more outwardly watchful even in non-threatening situations.
Right. Constantly scanning, ready to spring into action.
Which I guess makes sense with their working dog history.
They were bred to be partners, anticipate needs, respond quickly.
It's in their DNA. Speaking of which, socialization?
Another biggie for potential owners. Both breeds need it.
But in different ways, right.
Yeah. The Cane Corso can be naturally wary of strangers.
So early socialization is super important.
Crucial. Otherwise, they might decide everyone outside the family is a threat.
Which is not what we want.
Not at all. And with German Shepherds, socialization is more about,
Channeling that alertness and energy in a good direction.
yes, giving them outlets for their mental and physical drive.
Through training, play, maybe even a job.
Exactly. That brings us back to matching the breed to your lifestyle.
Like, are you someone who loves hiking, running, biking?
A German Shepherd could be the perfect adventure buddy.
Always eager to keep up.
But if you prefer a cozy night in with a good book,
Maybe a Cane Corso is a better fit. They're down to snuggle.
as long as they get their daily dose of exercise, of course,
Of course. It's all about finding that sweet spot.
where your energy levels and lifestyle align with the dog's needs.
A happy dog makes for a happy owner. So, to recap,
We've talked about a lot.
we have the Cane Corso, the stoic protector with an independent side.
And the German Shepherd, the alert and eager to please working partner,
Both incredibly loyal and intelligent.
but with distinct personalities and needs.
And it's worth emphasizing, again, neither breed is inherently better.
It's all about finding the right fit for your situation.
It's like choosing a car, a powerful truck or a sleek sports car.
Ooh, I like that.
Both are great, but they serve different purposes.
Exactly. So now let's get into the nitty-gritty of living with these breeds.
We touched on grooming, but what about drool, barking tendencies?
Ah, yes, the less glamorous side of dog ownership.
Right, let's be real here.
While both breeds have their quirks, Cane Corsos with their short snouts,
They can be prone to drooling, huh?
they can, especially after eating or drinking.
So maybe not the best for someone who's super tidy,
Perhaps not. And barking-wise, both breeds can be vocal.
but for different reasons, I bet.
Yeah, Cane Corsos tend to bark when they perceive a threat.
Guard dog mode activated.
Exactly. While German Shepherds might bark out of excitement.
Or boredom, if they're not getting enough stimulation.
Exactly. Like they're saying, hey, I need a job to do. Give me purpose.
So, apartment dwellers with thin walls, take note.
It's something to think about. Now, kids.
That's a big one for a lot of families.
It is. And honestly, any dog, regardless of breed, can be unpredictable around children.
You never know for sure.
Right. Depends on the individual dog, their temperament, how they're raised.
But generally speaking, both breeds are known for being loyal to their families.
Protective, too.
So they can be great with kids if they're raised with them.
And taught how to interact appropriately, yes.
But supervision is always key, especially with young children.
Absolutely. Kids don't always understand dog body language,
Might do things that accidentally provoke a dog.
like pulling their tail or hugging them too tightly.
Right. It's on us, the adults, to teach kids how to respect dogs.
And to recognize those signs of discomfort or stress.
And to teach our dogs how to behave around children.
Training and socialization are so important.
And speaking of training, finding a good breeder.
Oh, that's crucial for both these breeds.
Because they can be prone to those health issues we talked about.
Right. You want a breeder who prioritizes health, not just profit.
Absolutely. Someone who does genetic testing and is transparent.
And who's happy to answer your questions, help you find the right puppy.
Now, I know we've been talking a lot about the practical side.
But owning a dog, it's emotional too.
It is. It's a huge responsibility, but also incredibly rewarding.
So true. These dogs can bring so much joy and companionship.
But you've got to go into it with your eyes open.
Yes. Owning a Cane Corso or German Shepherd, it's a commitment.
A partnership that takes time, effort, and lots of love.
Like any relationship, really, you got to put in the work.
But the rewards are huge. They become family members.
Bringing laughter, loyalty, and a whole lot of fur.
Speaking of family history, let's revisit those breed origins.
Oh, yes. We talked about the Cane Corso's Roman roots.
But what about the German Shepherd? Where do they come from?
Well, Their name kind of gives it away, Germany.
But their history is actually pretty recent, right?
Yeah, late 19th century, they were bred specifically for herding sheep.
So much more modern than the Cane Corso.
They are, and that herding background, it explains a lot.
About their temperament, you mean?
Yeah, they're intelligent, eager to please, strong work ethic.
They were bred to be partners working alongside their shepherds.
So no wonder they need so much stimulation today.
Right. Those instincts are still there, even if they're not herding sheep anymore.
They need an outlet for that energy. Training, play, a job.
Amazing how those historical roots have shaped them.
It really is. So as you keep researching, keep that history in mind.
It's a key to understanding who they are and what they need.
And you might uncover some fascinating facts along the way.
That's the beauty of learning. Now, before we move on to the next part,
Oh, there's more.
there's always more to explore. But before we go deeper, I want to talk about something that often gets overlooked
Takes that.
when choosing a breed. Considering your own lifestyle.
That's so crucial. It's not just about looks.
Right. It's about finding a dog that fits your way of life.
Like, are you an active person? Love hiking, running, playing fetch?
Or are you more laid back, prefer cozy nights in?
Your activity level matters a lot when choosing a dog.
And it's not just physical, it's your personality too.
Are you patient, consistent? Do you have training experience?
Because honestly, both these breeds can be challenging.
They are. They're smart, strong-willed.
Mm-hmm.
Need an owner who's dedicated.
To training and socializing them properly.
Right. Otherwise, you could end up with a dog who's unhappy, frustrated.
Potentially even dangerous.
Exactly. So before falling in love with those puppy dog eyes,
Take a step back, honestly assess if you're the right fit.
it's not about picking the easiest breed.
It's about finding the dog who will thrive in your home, enhance your life.
And sometimes the best decision is to choose a different breed altogether.
One that's better suited to your lifestyle and experience.
It's about honesty and putting the dog's needs first.
Well said. Okay, so we've talked history, temperament, training, living spaces.
And the importance of matching the breed to you.
Now it's time to move on to the final part of our deep dive.
Can't wait.
We'll wrap up everything we've learned and leave you with some final thoughts.
Sounds good.
So buckle up and get ready for the grand finale of our Cane Corso versus German Shepherd deep dive.
You know, it's fascinating how a breed's history can give us insights into their personality.
It's like their past is written all over them.
Yeah. Take the Cane Corso, those Roman roots. That's not just a fun fact.
Right, it explains why they're such incredible guardians.
Exactly. It's like their ancestors are still whispering, protect the family.
I love that. So that protective instinct.
It comes with intense loyalty. They bond deeply with their family.
But that also means they need an owner who understands them.
Someone willing to put in the time, build trust, set boundaries.
Otherwise, you might end up with a 100-pound lapdog who thinks they're the boss.
Uh-huh. Not ideal. Speaking of training, both the Cane Corso and the German Shepherd.
They need a firm hand, but fair.
Yes. Harsh methods won't work with these breeds.
It's about consistency, positive reinforcement, clear communication.
Exactly. It's a lot like raising kids, setting boundaries, but also...
Showing them love and respect.
Yes. And just like kids, dogs thrive on routine.
So a predictable schedule for feeding, exercise, training.
It helps them feel secure. And mental stimulation. Don't forget that.
Especially for the German Shepherd, they were bred to work.
Oh, absolutely. We talked about their energy, but it's worth repeating.
These dogs need more than just a walk around the block.
They need mental challenges to stay happy.
Otherwise, that boredom can lead to trouble.
Destructive behavior, for sure. That's where puzzle toys come in.
Agility courses, scent work.
Yeah. It's not just about fun. It's essential for their well-being.
It's like giving them a job, a purpose.
Exactly. Now, let's get practical again. We talked drooling, barking.
What about shedding, grooming needs, living situations?
Okay, let's get real. Shedding. Cane Corso has a short coat.
So they're pretty low maintenance on that front.
Yeah, brush them once a week, you're good. But German Shepherds,
A double coat, huh?
oh yeah, get ready to vacuum.
I'm picturing tumbleweeds of fur rolling across the floor.
It can get pretty hairy, but honestly, it's manageable with regular grooming.
And both breeds need those basic things, right?
Nail trims, ear cleaning, dental care. It's part of being a responsible owner.
Absolutely. Now, in terms of where they live, we got to be realistic.
The Cane Corso can adapt to an apartment if they get enough exercise.
But they're probably happier with a yard, right?
Yeah, somewhere to stretch those legs. And German Shepherds?
Well, with all that energy.
A yard is pretty much a must-have.
Unless you're training for a marathon, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And both breeds need plenty of socialization, especially as puppies.
Expose them to different people, places, experiences.
Helps them grow into well-adjusted dogs.
Like puppy preschool.
Uh-huh. I love that. It's their education, you know?
So we've covered training, grooming, living spaces. But what about kids?
That's a big one. And honestly, it's tough to say for sure.
Every dog's different.
Right. Any dog can be unpredictable around children.
It comes down to individual temperament, socialization, how they're raised.
But in general, both breeds are known for loyalty and protectiveness.
So they can be great with kids if they're brought up together.
And taught how to interact properly, yes.
But supervision is always key, especially with little ones.
Absolutely. Kids don't always get dog body language.
Might accidentally provoke them.
Yeah, like pulling their tail, hugging too tight.
It's our job to teach kids about respect for dogs.
And to recognize when a dog is uncomfortable.
And to train our dogs how to behave around kids.
Training and socialization, they're key. And speaking of training,
Finding a reputable breeder. Can't stress that enough.
especially with these breeds, health issues can be a concern.
You want a breeder who prioritizes the dog's well-being.
Not just looking to make a quick buck.
Right. Someone who does those genetic tests is upfront about their practices.
And is happy to answer your questions, help you find the right pup.
It's a partnership, breeder, and potential owner.
Now, we've talked a lot about the practical side of things.
But owning a dog? It's so much more than that.
It's a huge emotional commitment.
It's rewarding, but you gotta go into it with realistic expectations.
These dogs can bring so much joy, companionship, love.
But it's a two-way street.
Owning a Cane Corso or German Shepherd, it's a true partnership.
It takes time, effort, and a whole lot of love.
Like any relationship, right? You got to nurture it.
But the payoff is incredible. They become part of the family.
Bringing laughter, loyalty, and yeah, probably some fur too.
Okay, family history time again. We talked about the Cane Corso's Roman roots.
But what about those German Shepherds? Where'd they come from?
Their name gives it away, right?
Germany. But their history is surprisingly recent.
Yeah, they were developed specifically for herding sheep, right?
In the late 19th century, so much more modern than the Cane Corso.
And that herding background really shapes who they are.
Their temperament, their energy, they all ties back to that.
They were bred to be smart, eager to please, hard workers.
True partners to their shepherds.
So it makes sense why they need so much mental and physical stimulation now.
Those instincts are still there, even if they're not herding anymore.
They need a job, even if it's just learning tricks or doing agility. It's fascinating how much their past influences them today.
It really is. Keep that in mind as you research these breeds.
Understanding their history is key to knowing what they need.
And you might uncover some fun facts along the way. That's always a bonus.
Okay, before we wrap up, I want to bring up something important.
What's that?
When people are choosing a breed, they often forget to consider themselves.
Ooh, that's so true. It's not just about finding a breed you like.
Right, it's going to be a good fit for your life, too.
Like, are you an active person?
Ah.
Hiking, running, all that?
Or do you prefer quiet nights at home?
Your activity level is huge EE when choosing a dog.
And it's not just about physical stuff, it's your personality, too.
Are you patient, consistent, got any dog training experience?
Because, let's be real, both Cane Corsos and German Shepherds, they can be a handful.
They're smart, strong-willed,
Yeah,
needs an owner who's up for the challenge.
someone who's committed to training and socializing them.
Right. Otherwise, you could end up with a dog who's unhappy or worse.
Yeah, it's a big responsibility. So before you fall head over heels,
Take a step back and be honest with yourself.
am I really the right fit for this breed?
It's not about picking the easiest dog. It's about finding the one that thrives.
With you in your home, it should enhance both your lives.
And sometimes the best thing you can do is choose a different breed.
One that better suits your lifestyle, your experience level.
It's about putting the dog's needs first.
So we've covered a lot. History, temperament, training, living situations.
And most importantly, making sure the breed matches you.
Now it's time for the final part of our deep dive.
I'm ready. What's next?
All right, so we've been through a lot. Cane Corsos, German Shepherds, from their looks to their history.
Even the not-so-glamorous parts, like shedding and drool.
Exactly. But now we need to make this info useful, something you can actually use.
Right. Let's bring it all home. Imagine you're at a crossroads.
Okay, I like where this is. Okay, what kind of adventure?
It's filled with energy, loyalty, that desire to please.
But that eagerness needs direction, right?
Absolutely. You have to be the leader. Provide outlets for all that energy.
Training, playtime, maybe even a job.
Otherwise, you get a bored German Shepherd.
And that's not good for anyone.
They need a purpose,
Mm.
even if it's just mastering a new trick or agility.
So the choice is ultimately yours, listener.
But hopefully this deep dive has given you the knowledge to choose wisely.
We've covered so much: history, temperament, training, grooming, health concerns.
And we talked about matching the breed to your life, who you are.
It's not about the best breed, it's about the perfect fit.
The dog that will thrive in your home with your family.
Because at the end of the day, that's the goal.
To find a dog who enriches your life becomes a part of it.
Absolutely. And to do that, you need to be honest with yourself.
Can you provide what they need? The exercise, training, socialization?
Are you ready for the challenges of a powerful breed?
It's a big decision, bringing a dog into your life.
But it can be so rewarding if it's the right fit.
Exactly. So, as you start your search, remember what we talked about today.
Do your research, talk to breeders, talk to owners.
And most importantly, listen to your gut feeling.
When you find the right dog, you just know.
It's a connection, a spark.
And that's what makes it so special, that bond.
Makes all the effort worth it.
So, listener, best of luck on your quest for the perfect canine companion.
Whether it's a Cane Corso, a German Shepherd, or any other breed.
We hope you find a dog that brings you joy, laughter, and amazing adventures.
And remember, every dog deserves a loving home.
That's all for today's deep dive. Until next time, happy learning.